Have you ever noticed that dogs, in certain situations, seem to see and hear things that we can't perceive? Have you ever wondered why, during a quiet evening, your four-legged friend can suddenly start staring at an empty spot in the room or bark at something you can't see? And it's not just a matter of hearing or smell being superior to ours. What's really behind these behaviors? Thanks to this video and the Zen story you will hear, you will discover that certain phenomena are not simply linked to the fact that dogs have more developed senses than ours. There are also spiritual implications behind them that many of us ignore, and we will explore them together today. Millennial wisdom and modern observations intertwine to offer you a new perspective on the sensory and spiritual world of our canine companions. And if you stick around until the end of the video, we'll reveal a surprising insight into how dogs perceive the spiritual world, a truth that could change the way you interact with your furry friend. But before continuing, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to stay updated when we publish new content. In the heart of a lush forest, shrouded in the mist and silence of the high Asian mountains, stands an ancient Buddhist temple, a place of peace and reflection where the monk Anzen spends his days. At 85 years old, Anzen is a revered figure, known for his profound wisdom and his special connection to the natural world, especially to dogs, man's most loyal companions. Every year, pilgrims of various faiths make the long journey to hear Anzen's teachings. They gather in a circle around him, sitting on cloth cushions on the stone floor of the temple, as the monk begins to speak in a voice that, despite his advanced age, rings clear and authoritative. Anzen begins his speech by speaking of the subtle energies that permeate the world, invisible to human eyes, but not to those of dogs. These extraordinary animals, he explains, can perceive the energetic variations caused by human emotions, detecting tensions or harmonies that often escape us. As if they were tuned to a frequency that is close to us, dogs can warn us of impending dangers or significant changes before they even become evident. He goes on to describe how dogs can interact with entities that we cannot perceive. Many of you have noticed your dogs staring intently at empty points in space, barking or acting restless for no apparent reason. It could be that they are communicating or reacting to spiritual presences that we are not able to hear or see. In many folk tales and local legends, dogs are often described as guardians not only of our homes, but also of our souls. Anzen then delves into the incredible sense of smell of dogs, capable of detecting diseases or changes in the human body long before they become apparent. Dogs have such a developed sense of smell that they can detect odors that we humans cannot even imagine. Through this sense, they are able to diagnose diseases, sometimes even before the first symptoms appear. There are stories of dogs that have saved the lives of their owners by warning them early of changes in their health. The monk also discusses how dogs sense the Earth's magnetic field, an ability that continually amazes researchers. This extraordinary sensitivity helps them navigate and orient themselves in vast and unfamiliar spaces, allowing them to find their way home even from incredible distances. Our faithful companions can also sense the approach of natural disasters, Anzen continues. Before events such as earthquakes or storms, dogs may show signs of anxiety or restlessness. This behavior, which may seem inexplicable, is actually their reaction to subtle signals that precede such phenomena, such as small changes in the behavior of the air or earth vibrations imperceptible to humans. Anzen then talks about the ability of dogs to interpret and respond to human emotions. Dogs read our body language and nonverbal signals with extraordinary accuracy. They are able to sense our emotions, responding in ways that offer us comfort and companionship. Their presence can be a great support in times of sadness or stress, demonstrating a sensitivity that goes far beyond simple instinct. The monk then addresses the ability of dogs to perceive fear and negative intentions. They are incredibly sensitive to negative energies and can act in a protective way if they perceive a threat to their owners. This ability to read danger often before it manifests itself openly is another example of their incredible connection with the energetic world around us. Anzen also describes how dogs react to changes in the weather. Their behavior can change in response to changes in air pressure or upcoming changes in the weather. Many of you may have noticed how your dogs become restless or anxious before a storm. This is because they can sense changes in the air that we can't. Finally, the monk talks about the perception of impending death, ultrasonic frequencies, ultraviolet light, and the cosmic connection of dogs, focusing on how these extraordinary abilities not only enrich their experience of the world, but can also broaden our understanding of life. As the pilgrims continue to listen with great attention, Anzen emphasized the value of silence and inner peace that dogs embody, inviting the pilgrims to reflect on how the presence and abilities of dogs can teach us to live a fuller, more conscious, and spiritually enriched life. Pilgrims leave the temple with a new vision, ready to explore the connection between the natural and spiritual worlds through the eyes of their faithful companions. As we have seen throughout this video, dogs not only have exceptional sensory abilities, but they also have a deep connection to the spiritual world that goes beyond our everyday understanding. Their ability to sense subtle energies, spiritual entities, and impending changes in our environment shows us how special and invaluable our four-legged companions are. And as promised at the beginning of the video, the secret we reveal to you is that dogs, through their presence and sensitivity, can actually act as guardians not only of our homes, but our souls. Recognizing and valuing their spiritual sensitivity can strengthen the bond we share with them, offering us not only protection, but also unexpected spiritual guidance in our daily lives. Reflecting on what we have learned, we hope that you can look at your canine friend not just as a simple pet, but as a true life companion, capable of seeing beyond the veil of material reality. Thank you for following our journey to discover the hidden world of canine senses and their spiritual impact. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more fascinating content like this, and share the video with other animal lovers. See you soon with new incredible discoveries.